So it is day 8 of 10 days of thanks, and I am tired. Have you guys been having fun with the whole thing? It's a little bit crazy, isn't it? I'm trying to figure out a better way to do the thing, and every year it goes right back to this, and it's crazy, but I have fun, and I think everybody else does too. So, if you don't, send me a message and let me know. But it's day 8 of 10 days of thanks and day 8 of 12 days of Christmas. And before I tell you what we're doing for both, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all of the soapy things, and you are here for day 235 of 365 days of soap. And again, yes, day 8 of 10 days of thanks. So for the 10 days of thanks giveaway, which will be at 12 Pacific Standard Time today, we will be giving away an entire pack of every villain we have made in the Disney inspired line up to this point. So all the villains, we're talking the Evil Queen, Maleficent, Ursula, the Sanderson sisters, probably all of the awesome things. 10 of those packs will be ready for giveaway at 12 o'clock today. So, check your emails, use the code, do the things, have fun with it. Yes. For day 8 of 12 days of thanks, we are making solid bubble bath. Now, I'm actually giving you a different recipe than I've worked with in the past today, and it's going to be incorporating arrowroot powder as well as kaolin clay along with the cream of tartar to sort of help with the firming of the cream of tartar and to make it more firm, really, because I will be doing jelly rolls as well as some cool sculpted snowmen and stuff for the holiday packs. So I should stop talking about them here so you guys can watch the awesomeness there and get your recipe. Okay, so I lost half the footage for this because, camera full and all that jazz, and so we're kind of starting in the middle here. But I am going to give you a recipe right now of what I am working with for this. And this is a different recipe than what I've done before and shown you on the channel, slightly. And the reason why I do it this way is because it holds its form a little bit better. And for what we are doing, I really want these to be able to firm up nicely but hold their form and not get too schmoopy. So what I have going on here in this recipe is 9 ounces of baking soda, 7 ounces of SLSA, 1.5 ounces of cream of tartar, 1 ounce kaolin clay, half an ounce of arrowroot powder, 2 ounces of cornstarch. So those are all your dry ingredients. Put those into your thing and do the thing. Now this is how I do all of my jelly rolls, by the way. I flatten the next layer out, however many layers I'm doing, next to the existing one to make it easier to smoosh it out on top of instead of just putting the ball in the middle of the first layer, just flatten out the next layer next to it and just slide it over with your dough blade. And it's awesome. Now for the liquid ingredients on this guy, this is 4.5 ounces of glycerin and 1.5 ounces of cocoa butter. Melt the cocoa butter down, put the glycerin into it, mix it all up. It's up to 5% of your fragrance or essential oil, whatever it is that you're using. And around 1/4 ounce of poly 80, and then micas as you would like to use them. For the white part, there's no mica in it. The arrowroot and the kaolin keep it nice and white. And for the second part, there is mica, and so definitely I put poly into that section. And Then for the rolling of the jelly roll, after everything's mixed up, put all your dry ingredients together, melt down your cocoa butter, put in your glycerin and your poly and your scent, mix it up. It'll have a weird kind of gelatinous type consistency as you're mixing it. That's when you know it's good. Pour that into the dry ingredients, mix it up really nicely in your KitchenAid until it kind of forms, you know, 1 or 2 big balls. And you can add some extra baking soda as you need to in order to you know, control the stickiness, because the glycerin, if you live in a really humid environment, you might end up needing less glycerin than this, or again, you know, putting some more baking soda or arrowroot powder, either one, into the recipe. Now the arrowroot powder actually works really well in tandem with the cream of tartar to help firm, but also to give it a nice, you know, shine at the end, so it's not dry and crumbly looking, which is good. And then the cornstarch also helps it harden and hold its form, and has less, really reduces the stickiness, and you know, the arrowroot does too. So this was a recipe that I came up with when I was tired of using massive amounts of cream of tartar, because all of the ingredients in bubble bars, no matter how big batch you buy, they're expensive. And so I wanted to play with specifically cream of tartar to get the cream of tartar amount down while still getting, you know, the stiffening qualities, as well as the I want to say lamination, but this isn't exactly a lamination. This isn't exactly what it's for. Whatever. And so yeah, this was ultimately what I came up with to achieve that, which is good. Now, once I have this rolled up, as you can see here, I'm just smooshing it down into the length that I want in order to cut my bubble bars. And in this case, I'm going to about 9 inches. You want to get the tops as even as possible, so you don't end up with, you know, bars that are too terribly fat and heavy on one side and not weigh enough on the other. And so that's, you know, kind of what I'm doing there, smooshing it down to the right, so it's all more uniform, really. And then after that, you know, I just have my trusty measuring tape out, so why not just use that to make my hash marks. And I do that for soaps, for slab soaps too. I love my tape measure. It's a handy tool, and it's also why Mr. Soap and Clay can never find one at the house, because I always remember that I don't know where mine is at the shop, and I just pick up another one from the house. So as a result, I have about 12 of them at the shop, and we only have like 3 at the house. It's all a thing. Having 3 tape measures in and of itself in any place probably seems crazy to some people, but Mr. Soap and Clay, he builds things, and so he likes having tape measures at all times. And then it's just a cut with the dough blade with the dough scraper to get them to, you know, where they should be. And that's a delightful little jelly roll, solid bubble bar thing. They are super duper cute. Now you can do this with as many colors as you want. It's just you would have thinner layers in, you know, because I just did a 2-color. And you just have thinner layers between all of them. Just take the total weight of this batch, which I think sits somewhere around 30 ounces, and divide it by how many sections you want, right? And then just flatten them out to the things and do the things, and it's all great. Now each of these little jelly roll guys weigh, I want to say, between 3.5 and 4.5 ounces. And I always get my scale out to double check that before I proceed, because at this stage I can actually move some stuff around from one, you know, jelly roll to the other to make sure that they're all the right size. But yeah, so it's going to be sitting between 3.5 and 4.5 ounces for all these guys, which is good, and because that's what they are, you know, marketed as on the website. And so as long as they're 3.5 ounces, they are good to go. And that, my friends, is a jelly roll. And that recipe right there, it's a good recipe. It's super solid. It's definitely one that holds up and firms up quickly and has a nice big bubble to it. All of the awesome things. Now this is the same recipe that instead of doing a jelly roll, I did something different. I'm making snowmen with this. And so you see how nicely they hold up on themselves, so we don't just have like a big melted snowman going on when it's all said and done. Now, all of these batches got different scent blends, obviously, because they're going with the bars that I've decided these should go with. And yeah, so it's just making of the snowman guy here. And again, these all still do. Now, how I did this was I determined how many I would want. I divided that 30 ounce by, you know, the 3.5 ounces, the 4 ounces, and then separated chunks of white into, you know, 8 different sections, and then took a little bit out for the black and a little bit out from the orange from each of them, and, you know, did the thing. And so they are all going to be the same weight as well, which is good. And for me, in like the, I don't know, decorative, cutesy, whatever, I'm not so great at this. Admittedly, Georgia May should be making these, and she did make them for like the real ones that are going into the packs. Because I'm not, again, I don't do the artistry, but she super does. And so, yeah, she made my snowman, but I made these ones to show you, hey, this is how it's done. It's all a thing. And now we get some epic baths at home with my funny looking snowmen, but they're cute anyway. Look at them. They're weird looking. They look like little penguins. They're adorable. But yeah, no, Georgia May's are better. Georgia May's better at all the things when it comes to the artistry stuff regardless. So yeah, totally. But you know, she needed a guideline of what I wanted, and this is what I wanted. And I think they're super cute, even if they kind of look like penguins. But you know, it's like the derp cat that Georgia May made with the soap, and the dog for 101 Dalmatians. It's all like that. It just really fits a cool theme. And I still think he's adorable. But yeah, Georgia May's they're better. Whatever. And just a quick shot of another one of the jelly rolls that we did. Sadly, I don't have the footage for the moon that I did, the crescent moon, to go with the solstice bar, which really pisses me off. I had no idea my camera wasn't filming anymore, but you know, it wasn't. And so that one is actually the fruitcake one that is going with the gingerbread soap, so that's super cool. And yeah, again, there's nothing wrong with this recipe. It is a great recipe. It's super user-friendly, and I'm going to show you a very quick clip of how the gift sets are shaping up so far, and a couple things you won't have recognized yet, but you know, there they are. When Georgia May came in and saw all of the bubble bars, she said that the moon one with the crescent moon totally looked like a crescent roll, and she thought it was a croissant. And she likes to do that during the holiday season when my like stress levels are like way up here and I'm just cranking out stuff. She will come in and be like, this scent blend smells like ham, and then I can't unsmell it, and now I can't unsee it with the crescent moon. But now I shouldn't have told you that, because now you might see it. I don't care. I think it's super cute. Totally looks like a crescent moon. And if you guys are interested in these bubble bars in all of the varieties, you guys can totally find them on the website in a few days. We will release all of the holiday line on Small Business Saturday, and there will be a sale. It will be awesome. You can do the things at soapandclay.com. Yes. If you're interested in seeing what else we do for 10 days of thanks and 12 days of Christmas, you should subscribe to the channel. That would be great. I would love to have you along for, you know, this awesome soapy ride. For those of you who are subscribed and are along for this soapy ride, hello Sudsers. Thank you so much for being along for the soapy ride. You're awesome. I really do appreciate you. I am done for today. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.